Recently, I was blessed with the opportunity to travel the world and seen places as far as Amsterdam in Europe, the beauties of Egypt, and the humbling powers of Kenya. My first trip was amazing to see so many wonders like the red light district of Amsterdam, the great pyramids of Egypt, safaris in Kenya, all which ended me DJing on some of the hottest radio stations and clubs in Africa. This series of Riding Rough will detail and bring those same experiences right to you, but it doesn't stop there. I'm heading back to Africa, and while I'm getting fresh and new adventures to bring straight to you, I hope you all enjoy Season 1 of Riding Rough. Okay guys, what's your name?
Job.
Job.
Yes.
Job, like work? Yeah, I like that. Mustafa?
Yeah.
Okay, good name, man. I have a good friend named Mustafa.
All right.
He's a Muslim guy in Florida. He's actually the imam for a church. Good guy.
Yeah.
But right now, we're down here in Kenya. And this is not Nairobi. I'm so used to saying Nairobi. Where am I at again?
We're in Kiambu County.
Kiambu County.
Yeah, but specifically Juja constituency in Cairo, Kenyatta.
Okay, Kenyatta Road.
Yeah.
Now, I came down to Kenya a few times. This is actually my third time traveling down here. And this is a beautiful place, a beautiful country. I like it because it's really more down to earth, it's more natural. I noticed the other day that the meat tastes different.
I know.
A lot. It was a different kind of texture than what I had in the US. But then I was thinking about it. Yeah, it's natural.
Yeah.
They don't have all the chemicals to pump them up and make them fat and soft. So, but it's really good. I figured out now what I got to do, how to cook. So, but while I'm down here, I wanted to talk to some guys down here and know what's going on in Kenya, because there's a lot of support that people would like to bring to Kenya and would like to help people out down here. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure that there's people here who would like the help. Also, in turn, there's people down here who have found solutions to problems that we may have in the US as well. So what I'm trying to do is bridge that gap between where we can both go over certain ideas and figure out things that's going on. And one of the things we was discussing earlier was the internet here and the cloud. We discussed topics as far as government and stuff like that. Everybody has their opinions on things, but I'm going to ask you guys, what do you think would probably be the biggest impact here in Kenya if support was available for that?
Go first. You go first.
Hey, don't be shy, man.
Okay, maybe on the side of the business, maybe that one we are going good on that.
When you say business, like support.
Yeah, so in a lot of business you can start here.
Okay.
Yeah, and maybe you have that knowledge how to start and how to go about the businesses. Yeah.
So Kenya is good with starting businesses?
Yeah, of course, businesses they bring a lot of money here in Kenya.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you say business, is it more like an international business, or maybe? Because I know that I did some research and I figured out that Kenya,
local or international, all of them, as long as what you start. Yeah. It will depend on the business.
Is it difficult to start a business here?
No, not that hard, but maybe it will depend on where and the place. Maybe here in Kiambu, maybe it's somehow difficult due to cost of houses and rent. But outside Kiambu or outside Nairobi, maybe it is cheaper. Yeah.
So when you say rent, is rent kind of expensive over here?
Yeah, rent is somehow expensive, especially in Nairobi.
Yeah, especially in Nairobi.
In Nairobi, maybe somebody can ask for maybe 100K. You see, 100K and above. You see, outside maybe in Nairobi, here in Kiambu, maybe you can start with 50,000.
So it's a big difference. That's like almost half.
Yeah, that's half the price.
Yeah, maybe outside Kiambu, maybe other counties, maybe you can start with less. Yeah.
it normally depends with the location. You see, like we normally say, like this other sides, it's like economy has gone up so fast, so infrastructure could be expensive on this other side. But if you go to more remote areas, it could be cheaper because currently if you look at in terms of pricing, you can look at land almost within Kiambu County, Nairobi. That's now makes everything expensive. If land is expensive, definitely housing is going to be expensive. Yeah.
Is the government willing to help people start businesses, or is it difficult? There's a lot of red tape to start something, or?
Yeah, the government normally comes in to assist in several ways. Like, look at the agricultural sector. It depends on what you want to come up with, but you have to approach them with a proper proposal. If you give them a proper proposal, maybe they can come in and give you the finance. Yeah, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure how they do it on this side. But that's one thing I'm sure. Like, I was looking at the people who are doing fisheries, the people who are doing a lot of animal husbandry. Like, they get support from the Ministry of Agriculture. Yeah, but now that they've devolved those functions to the county government, I've not been in touch with most of the county governments to see how they do their stuff. Yeah.
Now you said that the infrastructure has really expanded really quite fast. In what ways? I know I see a lot of buildings and a lot of rental homes, and everywhere I go I see they're constructing some kind of structure. Everywhere.
Yeah.
Where are all these? Is it really that amount of people to accommodate all of these buildings?
Yeah, there are a lot of people coming in because if you see buildings coming up, probably the population is growing so fast. Because you look at it like at this location, like maybe some 5 years ago, the population here wasn't this much. So the reason as to why there are so many buildings coming up is like there are so many people coming in to develop towns like Nairobi, Thika, Kiambu town. You see, most of the people coming from the rural areas are moving in to come and seek for jobs in these major towns. That's why you see this housing infrastructure is really they're really building up the houses so fast.
So like 10 years ago it wasn't like this? This wasn't the picture?
It wasn't like this. It was so different now from 10 years ago.
So when you say different 10 years ago, what type of living conditions or homes were available?
Still the same type, but there were so few. There are so few. Because you find out like most of the people realize like to get employed so fast, you have to come nearer to Nairobi. You have to come close to Nairobi, right? Because most of the offices were based in Nairobi. So, if I want a job, I would rather which other place is closer to Nairobi, with the ease of access to Nairobi, where I can stay, and the transport is also so relatively cheap. Just Kiambu, Thika, can I say like the closer towns to Nairobi, Kiambu, Thika, the towns bordering.
Connection between the big town, like Nairobi and Thika. Yeah, you see that connection. And here.
So now there's a lot of people coming to Nairobi and bordering areas. Looking for work.
Yes.
Is the work available and there for people? Or are people just like coming with a dream and hope they land a job somewhere?
Majority are coming with a dream, hoping they land a job. Now there is manpower in Nairobi, that's for sure, because of that movement. Now you see, like with that movement, some people have managed to come up with different job structures. A lot of companies, international companies, are coming to base their offices in Nairobi because they know there's the manpower and there's the will to do it. People are knowledgeable enough to do the job. So I guess that's what is leading to it.
Now with all of these building up, I would imagine, say like 10 years ago, before the infrastructure was building up like this, there might have been a few people that are skilled workers, I would say, as maybe running electrical, pole, wire, giving power to the different houses. Now, with so many people coming in the area, I would see a bigger demand for skilled professionals who can do that type of work, or run fiber optic, or run and actually do things that the infrastructure need to maintain itself. So with that said, now is there like programs where people can go and train and learn to do these things?
Currently, like the manpower that is being provided by the Kenyan population, most of the people are from, like I can't say like majority of the people working currently are graduates from universities. So they basically know what they're doing. They've basically been trained to do what they do. As much as we say like most graduates don't have jobs, but some of them are coming up to be self-employed or something. Yeah, because not all organizations can absorb everybody.
I see a lot of universities. I mean,
especially
everywhere I go.
within this area.
Yeah.
KU, Kenyatta University is here. Kenyatta University is here. So it is surrounded by.
So in a radius of, let's say, like 20 kilometers, we have almost 5 universities. We have University of Nairobi, we have Kenyatta University, we have Jomo Kenyatta University, we have Mount Kenya University, Mount Kenya University, we have Dedan Kimathi University in Nyeri. So
another one, Mama Ngina University
in Gatundu.
It is just few meters.
Is there any help for people that's looking to go to school? Like, do you give them any assistance, or is it that you have to have your money to pay to go get the education?
Early education, like the government always provides some help.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, because they give you some loans and some scholarships. So you find out like if you qualify for university, they'll give you a scholarship plus a loan. So you see that's an added advantage. Yeah, so even if you're from a family that cannot be able to manage the school fees in those institutions, you can still be able to find your way and top up with a few things or a few amount of cash that you can have.
And if people are going to schools, I know you said you just mentioned that not everybody who come and graduate from university have. So say like I was saying, people that are going to school, because I know there's a problem in the U.S. as well. You have people that are graduating from universities and colleges, and they end up doing, like they might have went to school for computers, and now they're working as a plumber. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So a lot of people over there have a mindset of continuing education. Like even if you have a job, you're still going to school at the same time. Maybe looking for a different position, so you're studying a different thing, but this is the work that you have now. Is that kind of like the culture here?
It's all the same. It's all the same almost everywhere, because you find out like what you studied in campus is not actually what you will be doing for life. You find like somebody went to school, did some agricultural engineering or something, and then he ends up being a data analyst on the other side. Now the type of education he received and the type of job he's doing, just on how fast he could cope up in the job environment. So most of the people, I think, they just do what can make them survive, or what can keep them going for the day.
I noticed one thing that I noticed here, and I don't know, it kind of puzzled me, but sometimes the power goes out.
Yeah.
And it'll be out for hours or more. And what is the reason with that?
The power blackouts?
Is it like a way to conserve energy? I don't know, because I'm thinking like that might be something that focus could be brought to, as far as like if it's the power grid that has issues, then maybe that might need upgrading. Or I don't really understand, but I know that a couple times I've been hearing the power grid now, and it really kind of upset me because everything I do is on the computer.
Africa, I think, for some reason, we do have a lot of issues with our power. I think the consumption we do have could be a little bit higher than what is being provided by these power companies. So you find like the grid would be overwhelmed. I think best trying to reason from some point of view, it's like maybe our consumption, not even maybe, our consumption could be way higher than what we produce. Yeah. So basically that's what's leading to the blackouts. And I think there's something that should be done about it. I think, you see, like in Kenya currently we only have I think two factions distributing power. We have KPLC as the major buyer, but then we have I think the government section and then there's an association called PPI or IPP. Yeah, it's a private organization, I think. So I think those two, because I could see the other day the government uses like around 48.4 billion, and this around the private sector uses 78 point something 2 billion. Yeah.
That's good money.
Yeah. So, but it seems like Kenya Power doing the distribution now more so. You find on like we're looking on how they do the cabling thing. This, would I say cable management or something? But I tend to think like the way we do it, it's kind of it's not professional. It's professional, yes, but I think we could do it in a better way. Yeah, because maybe let's talk of maybe we wanted to do an electric train. Our cabling system does not allow it. It doesn't really fancy that sort. Because the way it's put up, it's all over. It's almost everywhere.
And it kind of makes sense because you said like the infrastructure really just blew up overnight.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe some things like that may take time to catch up to support the demand that's out there for it. What about water? Is there? I know where I'm at. There's water.
Yeah.
But I know I've been to some places where, and even here there's water. But I know I've been to some places where there's no indoor washrooms or kitchens. Is there something you think like as far as city water or I don't know, maybe another faction that's providing?
There are bodies that do provide the water. Like we have in Nairobi area, we have Nairobi water. On this side we have Kiambu, right?
This area very well.
I think in Kiambu there's Kiambu water something. There are those organizations that normally control the water distribution.
Every constituency maybe they are having that rule about water.
Yeah.
Dealing with water. Yeah.
Now okay, there's seasons out here where it rains and then there's dry seasons.
Yeah.
The nearest body of water I believe is in Mombasa.
Yeah, from this end, it's in Mombasa, yes.
So is the water that comes here, is it coming from the water that's in Mombasa or is it somewhere else?
No, we have water catchment areas.
Yeah.
Like I think we are close to Mount Kenya from here. It should be in this direction, yeah. The Mount Kenya is from this direction. So most water catchment areas, that's where most of these water distributing companies get their water from.
You say water catchment area, what do you mean, like when it rains?
Mountainous regions, yes. Where there probably could be raining more than this side. Yeah, and then we have dam reservoirs like Nairobi Water have got their own dam reservoir somewhere.
I know I was here in March and I went on a safari. I went to Nairobi National Park, Nairobi State Park.
Yeah.
I went over there and I was talking to a gentleman, one of the people that actually is the caretaker, I guess, for the park. And what he was explaining to me, now I seen a lot of bison animals that were just dead laying on the side of the bush. And that's what he told me. He said it was a lack of water, so the lions are thirsty and they're not eating the animals, they're just killing them to drink their blood.
Yeah.
And I said, why? He said, because it's a drought. It was a really bad drought. It happened maybe like it's May. Yeah, so there wasn't a lot of rain.
Yeah.
When situations like that happen, does that affect the people in the cities as well?
Of course it does. Yeah. When water goes down, it almost goes down to almost in every corner of the city.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if we talk of the drought, it affects the most affected area is the northern region of Kenya. We might say we are a little bit better off than them, but still we still do feel the pinch.
Yeah.
Because in terms of water, we haven't done much. Like the government hasn't done much in terms of in that department, if I may say, because all of us, I'm very sure, all of us in this station here, we are all surviving on piped water. Majority of us who are living here, I'm very sure, we are not. We don't know. We don't know where this water comes from. Most of the people living here don't know where the water comes from.
That could be a problem.
Yeah. So It's just like maybe now that's why you find like the government is trying to champion for planting more trees, maybe 1 million or 10 million trees in a year, things of sort, because they really count on those water catchment areas to be the rainfall catchment areas, so that we can still be able to get our water back down to the other sides of the town.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
What is the water quality like then? I know that I came down here for 2 weeks. I was just like my stomach was bubbling.
You are not used to it.
I'm not used to it. Yeah. And I know that there's like even in the U.S. There's places where the water is drinkable, and there's places where you can't drink it. Like you might have areas like certain states where the water's contaminated for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I do know like here there is a lot of animals that are actually just moving around freely, and with that they may bring issues to the water as well. But then again, I don't really know where the water coming from, like you said.
Yeah.
So it's kind of perplexing.
Okay, so what normally happens, like there are normally water treatment plants. From the catchment areas, they're put in a dam, and they're treated, we put it to a tank, and then they do their distribution. Yeah.
What type of, now I know that every place has certain businesses that are thriving. One of the big things that people have been looking into in the US on YouTube, social media, and I did it as well, is businesses out here that are thriving. We know that, well, as far as I know that, like Dole is one of the biggest one of the biggest people who supply pineapples in the US.
Yeah.
And to my understanding, I come to realize that they have areas out here where they're actually growing the pineapples and taking it to the US.
Yeah.
Mangoes is big here. A lot of the foods that I see in the US and even in Jamaica is here. But with that being said, those businesses might be strong, established. Also, too, I believe 70 to 80% of the world's cocoa, chocolate comes from Africa.
Yeah.
And those are big major companies. I'm trying to look a little bit more as everyday people like you and myself who may just want to start something. What businesses do you feel are attractive or successful?
Businesses that are attractive and successful.
Other than wine and spirits, because that will never die.
Wines and spirits is always the top notch, right?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody will like to cool off after some tough work. Yeah. So agriculture-wise, I think it can take quite some good research to do it.
Yeah.
Agriculture, the African market is always so funny. If you look at it in terms of businesses, most people currently in towns they look at real estates. Now, if you look at real estates, yes, for me I think it can do well, but if you are in a strategic location, because towns in Africa are growing, so real estates could still do in Africa. In terms of, can I say in terms of agriculture, I think animal husbandry also can still do, but you need quite a very big piece of land for that, like the one you just see.
Oh yeah, that's a good piece of it.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
but that is way too expensive in this way.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, that could cost you over close to 100 mil. So.
100 mil?
Yeah.
God.
It could be more. Like
That is a lot of property, a lot of land.
Land is very lucrative on this side. Yeah. It kind of controls everything. So in terms of industries, I think the traditional way of industries, I think, could be improved. So, like in Africa, textile industries, we don't have much of them. You see, like somebody repairing shoes, we still have to export our hides and skins out. Now you wonder, like, why?
Okay, so the hides are going out to be
Yeah.
manufactured to come back.
To come back? Yes. Look at cotton. We don't have the wools. We don't have we don't have large scale companies that can produce this cotton that can be used to make clothes. We don't. Most of the things we do plant the cotton, we package it, we export it, they go manufacture, they come back for us in terms of clothes. We don't have much of those on the side.
So basically, then there's no like not a lot of fashion lines.
Yes. Like I was looking at YouTube the other day. We have these recycling companies. They go get the old clothes. And then they, what can I say? The process of removing the colors.
Oh, bleaching.
Yeah, bleaching. Yes. So they bleach them out and then they steam them up again. They make the, what can I say? They make this material that we use to sew up clothes.
Just to seal it up.
Yeah, not they just make this. Can I say something like this?
Oh, thread.
Threads, yeah. So they make it, then they reuse it again. We don't have recycling companies on this side that can do that. Nobody has ever thought about that. What people do think is like somebody making bricks from plastics. They mix the plastics, they recycle the plastics, and then we make cardboard blocks. That was a very good idea made by a certain lady in Kenya. Yeah, so I think.
Out of plastic?
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Okay, I don't know if I want to live in a plastic house though.
No, I don't think if she makes bricks, but she makes cardboard bricks, the ones that we used for making pavement. We used to build pavements.
Okay.
Yeah, those
okay.
types. Yeah, so I think it was a very innovative idea from her side. I think most people have really liked it, and very many people are looking into doing things of the sort. But you see, Africa is not just Africa. Before you get the finance, you are doomed. You can't do much. Yeah.
You gotta have the finances.
Yeah.
And now banks here, are businesses able to go get loans from the banks?
Yeah, you can get the loans. Yes.
Is it difficult?
Very difficult because they need very many approvals. Like, you want 10 million from me? How much do you have in your account? Let's begin with that. How much do you have in your account? Who can support you now? If you fail to pay us back the 10 millions, who can we go and give us the 10 millions before you replace that? No, the process is always too much because you always say guarantors. You need those guarantors to do, and then nobody will give you a guarantee. Like very few people will give you a guarantee of 10 million. It's so tough. Because you come to me, let's say we are family, right? You want to come up with a company. I'm worth 10 millions or 50, so you just need 10 millions. But I know in your account, you cannot have that 10 millions. You are roughly 500,000, right? So I was first of all ask myself, why would I give you the 10 millions? What do I have from that? What will I get from that? Now you see, most of the people reason, okay, business-wise, it's a good way of thinking, right? Because you can't give somebody money, they go waste it, and then you're the one who now is responsible for the payment, right?
Yeah.
Because their family, there's nothing much you can do. Now, the same thing. Now that's the thing that the banks are trying to do. They're trying to tie you up in a certain procedure, which they know eventually that it will be so tough for you to get that amount of cash for you to start up something. So it's kind of just like a messed up system, which for me, I just tend to think like it's a messed up system that can still be used. Somebody can have an idea, but it does not have the cash. So that system can just make you to keep on being poor. So there's nothing much you can do. Yeah.
What type of things you would like to see changed here in Kenya? Like if you could just say, hey, I would love to just see this here happening, what would be that idea?
The types of ideas that we want.
Like maybe I would just love to wake up and see buildings completely constructed, or maybe I would just want to wake up and see less poverty, or not even the poverty, because the next question when it gets to that now, Africa does produce a lot of food.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
A lot of vegetables, there's cows everywhere. Are there really people, I know there's poor people out here, just like anywhere in the world, but there's certain places like in Jamaica, you have poor people, but they're not hungry because we grow so much food.
It's the same case on this side, because back at the rural places, you will be walking by the roadside, but you'll just find a wild vegetable growing over there. Why don't you just pluck it, go prepare it? Most people in Africa are poor. We are financially poor. but not food poor. We are not food poor. Food is always there.
Not starving.
Yeah, we are not starving. There are some people in other parts of the country or other parts of Africa that are starving. Yes, we cannot deny that because we cannot say like every place is agriculturally productive. No. Yeah.
And with that said, there's food, people are surviving. So basically, you can live here. You just may not have the money to live the way you want.
Yes.
But you can survive. You can get through the day.
Yeah, sure. You can get through the day, yes.
Okay. I noticed that over here, I know you said there's food go wild, but I haven't really seen farms.
Oh,
so the food travel from somewhere far to come here, or is it local?
Yeah. Like you see, go to Nyandarua, go to Mwea, go to Limuru. These are agricultural rich areas. Yeah. Go to Kisii region, go to Western Province, like Kakamega. The entire Western Province is kind of food rich. Actually, can I say Western part of Kenya is food rich. The central part of Kenya is food rich. But so in Rift Valley, it is maize rich. People there love growing a lot of cereals. So,
cereals?
Yeah, maize.
Ugali.
Yeah. So it comes from there. The Kambani area, they also do a lot of farming there. The people who are doing large scale farming there, watermelons, fruits, coming from there. In Kirinyaga, the same.
Is that profitable?
Yes. Yes. The population is growing, so I think food will always be profitable. If you do it in large scale, it will always provide. Yeah.
But small scale is not really. Unless maybe you have a couple people that you just deal with directly.
Yeah.
Like a business or restaurant.
Yeah. But you have to have a source. You have to have a source because if you have a business setup, let's say a restaurant, and then the person bringing you the food is a middleman, you'll run at a loss. You won't be making the profits that you want to make. Yeah.
I know you said that working on like cell phones and that type of business is profitable. Yep. What other kind of businesses are profitable? Like cell phones or technology? What about because I know I've been doing a lot of research. I've been seeing people talk about, oh yeah, for a little or nothing, you can start a pressure washing company and wash cars. That's a business. People were saying, of course, wine and spirits is another one.
Yeah.
Even like doing laundry services, that's something you think is profitable? Like somebody was okay. In the U.S. we have laundromats, so people who don't have a washing machine in their house, generally they don't wash clothes by hand, so they'll go to a laundromat. We'll have several washing machines and dryers. I haven't really seen a laundromat here, but I've heard that people do laundry.
They do it, yes, but in small scale. Like the kind of laundry they do, just for the small pieces of clothes, t-shirts, the trousers. Like we don't have that type of a large scale whereby you can say this guy can handle floor mats, they can handle clothes, they can handle bed covers, they can handle blankets. We don't have somebody who can do it at large scale. It's never there, but the market is there for it. Go to estates like maybe in the Kasarani area, go to Mwiki area, go to those sides of Parklands, Westlands. There are people who can be able to sustain that kind of life in the sites. Because the problem is we don't have that. The people coming up with these businesses, they don't have that kind of finance to go large scale. All of them are just there doing it just to earn a living, just for a day-to-day life. So they don't have. You see, like I used to see. Normally we see them in the movies. I haven't been to the United States myself. Yet, yes. So we find like somebody walks into a laundry room, and then there are a couple of machines there. 1, 2, 3, close to 10 of them. We don't have such on this side. Yeah.
Is that something you think would be good here?
Yeah, of course it's. Yeah. It's something that can really do great on this side. Because most of the people here, the working class, are getting so many, and very many people are still single and they are working. And they don't want to spend a lot of their time doing the washing and everything. I'd rather take it, somebody clean it up, then go get it. Or I'd rather get my machine. Most of the people don't have the cash to acquire the machine. The machine could be like 80,000, 100,000 shillings. nobody wants to spend 100,000 shillings for a machine that maybe one day you won't be able to use. Yeah. So you find like it's something. It's a business I can do. I don't know. That one I can give it in a scale of 1 to 10. I'll give it an 8.
Okay, 8 is a pretty good number. That's a pretty good number. And with that being said, I guess they would have to have sufficient water to maintain. I also have people talking about car washes, and a lot of other businesses that, like even a gym. I don't know how popular gyms are here. But
Very popular.
oh yeah?
Very popular. If you want to make good cash, come up with a very good gym. Yeah. Gyms are very. Many people are struggling from diabetes. I cannot say like they're sick, but people are trying to take measures such that we cannot get to such a condition whereby you are suffering from diabetes or something. So you're trying to cool off your body with the gym thing. Because if we sit and then the African body, if we just sit, we just become so.
If there was a business that was introduced in the area, like all of a sudden people see a laundromat or they see something, would people be hesitant to go to that, or you think they would embrace it and go to give it a shot?
In terms of Kenyan behavior, I'll tell you, every animal is an habitual animal. It will take them time, but they will eventually come. Yeah. Because everybody, each and every person will be like, I haven't tried it, but I will try it one day. So one day could be in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. But as time goes by, you find out like the number of customers you're handling, they keep on going. Yeah.
Well, anything else you'd like to say, like to the people over in the U.S. and worldwide? I want to say, come to Kenya. Yes. This place is beautiful. I'm in love with it. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be here. I'm a Kenyan now.
Yeah, we are very friendly, by the way, and we really we welcome a lot of people. Whatever thing that people may say, like Africa is hostile. No, we are very friendly. Actually, we embrace everyone.
Yeah.
What about crime and violence and drugs? Is that a big thing here?
Crime and violence and drugs. It's a big thing in some areas, but not as such. It's really regulated. Because if the police finds you, you can do time.
I see soldiers and police everywhere.
Everywhere. You can do time. If you want to do time in Africa, do drugs. It's very easy to do time.
Even for marijuana. Marijuana is a thing that's now in the U.S. A lot of states and cities are embracing it. It was illegal everywhere, but now people are going towards it. And not only that, but other places in the world as well. We do know Russia doesn't play marijuana, but how is that here though?
Okay, for us, I don't know how many people. Still, the government thinks it's illegal. I think if you look at our elections, the previous election, the one that just ended, there was a Roots party.
A Roots party?
Yeah.
Where is the Roots party?
They were championing for the use of marijuana. So it was headed by one Wajakoya. Yes. He got quite a good number of followers.
Yeah.
People do think like doing that you have to be of a reggae culture, but there are some people who do it but they're not of reggae cultures.
Well, actually, marijuana does have a lot of health benefits to it.
Yeah.
That's something that doctors, and that's the main reason why a lot of states in the U.S. have been accepting it, because, glaucoma, cancer, even as far as people who have problems with eating, you know what I mean? So it's really a good
Actually, during the debates, the political debates, they were trying to outline the benefits of marijuana and with those party leaders. So they were trying to find reasons why it should be allowed. If the person would have won, why? The reason as to why you would allow it. So they were trying to air them out. So they aired out quite a number of advantages. They're like making cosmetics,
and even pain medicine.
Pain medicine. Like in the medical industry, I have quite a number of doctor friends who say like there are so many pain relievers that outside here they are viewed as illegal drugs because they're so strong. So
this is natural.
Yeah, it's natural.
But cigarettes is legal.
Yes.
who has no health benefit whatsoever.
They want to take you down fast.
Exactly.
So that's what happens. So marijuana, I think, with the government, it's still not it's not on the good books with the government that I can say. Yeah.
Do people get a lot of time for marijuana?
I don't know what the rules about it. So because I've never been interested in it, but you see,
He's never been interested. I'm just joking.
so you find like mostly you find like I don't know the rules about it so much in the Kenyan constitution. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Well, I thank you guys for your time. This was really a good conversation. And I think we covered a lot of topics and subjects that people don't really bring up.
Yeah.
I see a lot of videos on people talking about Kenya, but the things that we were talking about was really informative, and I don't really see a lot of people discussing these things, but a lot of these things really make sense as far as it actually opened my mind to a lot of things too. Like I said, I was always seeing the issues with power going on. I'm like, what the hell is going on? But yes, now that you admit it, this is what a big change in 10 years can produce, then they have to build the infrastructure, the electricity, and to get things to be able to supply the demand. So the demand is probably here more than the supply.
But actually, I think Africans, they do mine a lot of uranium from us. But I think they should set up those power plants, the uranium power plants within Africa. I know they're fearing things to deal with the nuclear power plants, but I think they should, for energy production, I think it should be done. It was there in South Africa. I don't know why they brought it down, but
they took it down in South Africa?
Yeah, the South Africans, they dismantled their nuclear power plants. I don't know why, but I think they should.
A lot of people are saying that can be used to make weapons and so forth, but at the same token, it can be used positively as well.
No, you see the problem.
A lot of what I would think would be a good idea is certain governments who are regulated, like say, I'm not going to say like the U.S., could be China, Russia, any one of those companies that are experienced in handling that type of stuff and are willing to be transparent with people that, okay, here, you see, we're not doing anything to cause any harm. This is just to sustain the people that's here.
Yeah.
I believe that might be even an avenue where they can come here and build those plants. Because if they say, because like, maybe, I don't know how friendly Kenya is with certain countries like or not even countries, but like the UN or NATO, those people who are really watching and monitoring nuclear. Okay, why not get a country that you trust to come here and put up nuclear, because it will help everybody out. And it'll be a win-win because the people are winning and the company is making money.
Yeah, we won't be suffering from blackouts anyway.
Yeah.
Suffering from that.
Yeah. Because you got because honestly, when the blackouts go, to me, it really affects me because, like I said, I joked around and said, yeah, I'm always on my computer, but I think about people who are in need of medication that needs to stay cold to preserve the life of that medication, or even grocery stores that have food in there, and now when the power goes out, it's unable to keep the food at the temperatures it needs to be at. It has a problem because now it can go bad faster.
Imagine of somebody who was there, who was undergoing surgery. They needed power.
Even that, that's a good one. Even worse,
So this person just passed on like that, just died.
Just died. Because the surgeon is in there, the power go out, and now he take out the wrong piece. Gosh. That's something that really needs to be fixed. That's, I believe, is more important than the water and everything else, because you gotta have power. If you don't have power, then how are you even gonna have water? Because it's the electricity that makes the pumps and everything operate anyway.
Currently, you need electricity as much as you need the air, because we are used to it. Maybe the older generation, I think they've also grown into it. So for us, we were born into it. We are now used to it. Without power, we are like that. My phone goes off.
Everything stops.
Everything stops. we are not used into that. We are not used to that previous life whereby you're just here by yourself. You see who you see. You just communicate to them by word of mouth. We are used to like, oh, so and so is in town. Let me call him. I need this. It really facilitates. It really makes things move. And power is one of the things that facilitates that.
How do people find jobs out here? Is there like a website they go to, or
Quite a number, yes. Quite a number.
they're legitimate?
We use LinkedIn. Some use Gigi. Gigi is a Kenyan platform. Yeah, so Indeed, there's also Indeed, there's international one. Some will go for jobs with the government websites or company websites, but it's quite effective to some point, but not as such. I think there's still some gap that can be done, because you can keep on applying, but you can't land a job for quite some time. Yeah.
All right, man. Like I said, man, thank you guys again, man. We could go on for days because this is such an amazing place. We can go on forever, but I know you guys' time is important as well. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Like I said, subscribe. And I guess next time we'll have to cover some more topics. Is that okay with you guys?
That's okay.
Awesome, man. Thanks again, boss.
Thank you.
All right. One World Beat.